top and I'm time for chat boy. You know me and you. Anyway, they're the real McCoy. They're just some baby boy. Them a top and I'm time for chat boy. You know me and you. Boy, you. They're the real McCoy. They're just some baby boy. Them a top and I'm time for chat boy. You know me and you. Anyway, gangsta for life.
Walking around the office when you guys were playing Grand Theft Auto 4 blew me away. I've been dying for this game since then. You guys got to do the review. Let's start off with a single player. Like, tell me the details about Nico's story.
Okay, well, yeah, Nico is he's a really likable guy, like the characters in the past games. He's of unspecified Eastern European descent, fresh off the boat, like right at the beginning of the game.
Right off the boat?
Literally right off the boat. And yeah, he's been lured here by his cousin Roman to a rich lifestyle of wealth and women, and it turns out it's all BS, and you have to engage in Grand Theft Auto and other crimes to build your fortune.
So how would you guys compare him to the other prior characters?
I'd say he's the most likable.
Like better than CJ? I mean, CJ was pretty good, dude.
CJ had... he was thrown into the same kind of situations. CJ was a little bit less believable because, you know, by the end of the game he had discovered a jetpack and he could pilot a Harrier jump jet. Whereas Nico, he has a military background, so whenever he steals a helicopter, it's like, okay, I can believe that.
Nico, he's a badass. He kills a lot of guys, but he has a specific reason for it throughout.
So it sounds like you guys really connected a lot more with Nico.
I'd say so, yeah.
Definitely,
I mean, and also through the different characters in the story, through Nico, because, you know, so much about GTA 4 is built on these interpersonal relationships. And
whoa, interpersonal relationship, that's heavy, dude. For Grand Theft?
That's a bullet point on the back of the box.
Oh, well, okay.
Featuring interpersonal relationships. Yeah, because as you meet characters in the game, their contact info gets added to his cell phone.
Okay.
And you don't have to do this, but you could call them up and take them out and entertain them. You can go play darts or go bowling together or go see a comedy show. I mean, yeah, there's so many different aspects of the city now that kind of factor into all the things you can do. And, you know, if you don't keep up on these relationships, they're going to get pissed and they're going to call you and they're going to be like, why don't you ever hang out with me anymore? So you kind of feel that pressure, but you can still plow through the game and you can still beat the game.
Yeah, so what is the city like? Is it huge? I mean, I was kind of freaked out a little bit. I was like, okay, so they're just going back to Liberty City. I mean, in San Andreas, we had 3 whole cities.
Yeah, and it is huge. It has so much detail. Like, each street is individually crafted. Each neighborhood I went down, I mean, I was just amazed at just like how good it looked and how different it felt. You go from district to district, they feel so much different. The pedestrians, the cars they have around there, it feels so unique, and it does feel like a full city, a fully fleshed out city. It towers over GTA 3's or any of San Andreas's as well.
There's also, it's the city you explore, the outdoors, and like, you know, Greg said, this is amazing, lived-in, vibrant city with all these neighborhoods, but there's also a whole indoor element. You know, you can go to the internet cafe. And
who doesn't want to go to the internet cafe?
Well, yeah, in this game you do, because there's an internet in the game. You know, it's not, you don't connect to the internet. It was all written by Rockstar. But there's blogs, there's
advertisements.
Someone at Rockstar really hates IKEA.
Oh God.
Right.
Yeah. There's personals. You can go do online dating. It's just really a massive time sink, just sitting there and exploring just pages and pages, and it just goes on and on. Yeah. And there's also, you know, other multimedia. You know, you have a TV in your safe house. You might find some special programming on the TV if you decide to be a couch potato.
I don't know if I'm going to be stuck on that. I mean, for me, San Andreas and especially all the other Grand Thefts, always been about like finding like the best place to raise hell. So, like, what's the coolest thing you did in the cities?
It's hard to narrow it down. We have all the big cop chases, you know, and evading them. But a cool one I had was I had just jacked a car, and there's this one dude I threw out. He just got really pissed off at me, so he started coming after me. So I had to start backing up my car. As I did that, I hit a lamppost. The lamppost fell and hit him and killed him, so I was able to drive away pretty free. And that was just random. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
The crazy thing about this one is other people in the town will raise trouble too. So you might be walking around and all of a sudden you'll see like a fender bender, or you might go up to someone and pick a fight on the street, because I like doing that, because the melee combat's pretty cool in this one. You can do counters and things like that. But if a cop rolls up while you're in the middle of a fight and he doesn't see who started it, he'll arrest whoever he sees throwing a punch. So all of a sudden you might be getting your ass kicked or whatever, and the cop will come up and arrest the guy beating you up. So it adds that kind of element of that there's like stuff going on in the city, whether you're participating or not, it's always happening. And even things like, you know, people will be walking around the street and they'll be talking on their cell phones, and you can tail them for a bit and hear like some pretty elaborate conversations that are usually pretty funny.
The city just feels really alive, and that just helps it makes it feels bigger in a way.
And that's just single player, you know. Then you got multiplayer after that.
They're just some baby boy. Them a talk, man, have time for chat, boy. You know me and you. Anyway, they're the real McCoy. They're just some baby boy. Them a talk, man, have time for chat, boy. You know me and you. Boy, you. They're the real McCoy. They're just some baby boy. Them a talk, man, have time for chat, boy. You know me and you. Anyway, gangsta for life.
So cool to be thinking that I'm going to be able to play now in Liberty City with everyone else, like probably you guys, I'm sure, like depending on, like, well, we know we'll do 360 probably for achievements and DLC eventually. Tell me about like multiplayer, because I read the EGM preview, there was like tons of different modes. I was like psyched for Chase, but you know, you tell me, what's the coolest modes?
Yeah, I mean, multiplayer is it was a huge endeavor by them. There's a lot of different modes. Probably one of my favorites is called GTA Race. I think that's what you're referring to.
Oh yeah, it's race, right? Not chase,
Right.
but race.
So GTA Race is you pick any car in the game you want, like any class. You can pick choppers, boats, whatever, and then you get to drive around into the preset races where you have to hit checkpoints. But the beauty of this one is that you can, at any point, get out of that vehicle, pick up any other one that's on the street, be it a cop car, be it like a moped, whatever, and continue the race there. Plus, you get weapons.
Yeah, it becomes like a firefight, right?
So like there's another mode. It's just like race when you just go around the track. You're stuck in your car. But you do this one. You can destroy your other people's cars. You can build roadblocks out of like abandoned cars, and then take out your rocket launcher and wait for someone to come by and kill them. It's a pretty hectic race, and it's like getting to the finish line is like an act of survival as well as just finishing.
Then there's a free mode too, which is just what it sounds like. So basically you have Liberty City, although you can focus it down to certain boroughs, and you have up to 16 players, and it just starts with you, all the players kind of in a circle in Liberty City, and it's like, okay, you guys go do what you want to do. The first few times we tried it, it was hard to get over that initial impulse to, like, we're all kind of standing there in a circle to just immediately start shooting each other.
Of course.
We did that.
Naturally.
Yeah. But once we kind of, like, got over that human nature and we're thinking of the possibilities, there's just a lot of crazy things you can do. You can, say, make a game out of seeing how many people you can get to stand on a car while you're driving around. We were asking the testers to come up with ideas, and they had one where they take helicopters and they load people up, and they drop them off at this building in the city that's like the Empire State Building. It's called Rotterdam Tower. So those guys sit on the building with rocket launchers while the other guys are in their helicopters flying around. So the guys in the building are trying to shoot down the helicopters while the guys in the helicopters are trying to shoot the guys in the building. They call it King Kong.
Oh, that's cool.
And it sounds really cool. And some of the modes, too, I mean, there's a lot of different modes that require strategy. There's mafia work where you get mafia missions, and you all try and compete to do these in, like, teams. And you end up getting this, it's almost like a Battlefield series mentality where people play different roles in the vehicles because, you could fit 4 people in the vehicles. So you'd have guys like as door gunners, you'd have the guy in the passenger.
The guy doing the GPS.
Yeah.
Being the bitch, being the navigator, and just setting waypoints on your map.
How about drive-bys? Can we like load a car up and go like go like bust them down?
Any way you want to, darn it.
No,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm looking for. I want to load up cars and just go like do drive-bys, have a gang wars. It sounds to me like it's like super rewarding after waiting so long.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is that it uses the whole city. Like, it doesn't change for multiplayer. It is the whole city. In some modes you can limit to like a certain section, a certain island, but it's always like the whole city can be available. So imagine having 16 people in that grand city. You do whatever the hell you want. It's pretty amazing.
With pedestrians and cop cars turned on and everything.
To any density you want. So there's a lot to do there. And the other thing is probably a co-op mode. It's like, I think there's 3 co-op missions. And those are it's limited to 4 people, but it's basically just like a couple really quick cutscenes, and they kind of string together this like big shootout. So you're going to go into this like unfinished building and just like taking out waves of enemies. And it's fun. It's not like deep in story like the single player, but
yeah, but it gives you something else to do.
Yeah, with your friends. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
And of course, I expect more of those to be available. So.
Yeah, DLC, right? Yeah. Naturally, of course. All right, so you guys totally agreed on the score and everything. I'm like, Crispin, I'm going to let you give your score, but also like give us the high points, and if there's anything that isn't just eating around it a little bit, if there's anything it takes away from it all.
Yeah, well, I gave it an A+. I just think it totally lives up to what we were waiting for. I mean, I think a lot of people would just have been happy with a new Grand Theft Auto with really nice graphics, which it totally has. But just the fact that the city feels so alive, and you've got so much more content in it from like the TV shows and the internet and online dating and all of that kind of thing. The only things that took away from it a little bit were it just takes a while to get used to the new aiming system because it has like a new cover system and it has a new aiming system where you kind of have to pull the trigger. And in crazy firefights, like a spazzy player like me has a hard time, like fine-tuning my control. But it just has a learning curve, so it just takes a little while to get used to. But otherwise, I mean, the game looks great, and there's this like you feel like you could do so much in this city that you're actually surprised when you can't do something. That's kind of like what I took away from this. Like when I couldn't say ride the Ferris wheel, I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. And it's like, what? I can do so many other things. Like, what do I care if I can ride the Ferris wheel or not? So yeah, it's going to keep people busy forever, this game.
Tell this fucking yokel here, if he doesn't stop staring at me, I'll have his head chopped up and put a film of it on the internet! Ah,